Welcome to Curiosity Tube, your daily dose of information. Egypt's surprising facts you didn't know. Egypt is a country filled with history and culture that has fascinated people for centuries, but there are still plenty of lesser-known facts that many might not be aware of. In this video, we're going to dive deeper into some surprising and unique facts about Egypt that go beyond the pyramids and pharaohs. Let's explore the mysteries, history, and fascinating details of this ancient land. The pyramids and their shiny past. The Great Pyramid of Giza is one of the most iconic structures in the world. But did you know that it once looked completely different? Originally, the Great Pyramid was covered in smooth white limestone that would reflect the sun's rays, making it gleam invisible from miles away. This dazzling appearance gave the pyramid a glowing, almost heavenly look under the Egyptian sun. Even more surprising, there are over 100 pyramids scattered across Egypt. While the pyramids of Giza are the most famous, the majority of Egypt's pyramids are smaller and not as well preserved, making them a lesser-known but equally important part of Egypt's architectural legacy. Please do not forget to subscribe for more videos like this one. Undiscovered tombs in the Valley of the Kings. The Valley of the Kings is famous for being the resting place of many pharaohs, including the boy king, Tutankhamun. But did you know that even today, there are still undiscovered tombs in the valley? Archaeologists continue to search for hidden burial sites as many believe there are more ancient secrets buried beneath the sands. The tombs that have been uncovered reveal incredible details about the lives of the pharaohs and their beliefs in the afterlife, but the possibility of discovering more untouched treasures keeps the valley shrouded in mystery. One of the biggest mysteries surrounding the Great Sphinx of Giza is the disappearance of its nose. Contrary to popular belief, it wasn't Napoleon who destroyed the nose during his campaign in Egypt. Historical sketches from before Napoleon's time show the Sphinx already noseless. Some theories suggest the nose was intentionally destroyed by religious fanatics in the 14th century, but the true reason remains a mystery. The ancient Egyptians created one of the first calendars based on the solar year, which consisted of 365 days, a system still in use today. They divided their calendar into 12 months of 30 days each, and then added 5 extra days at the end of the year. These days were reserved for celebrating religious festivals and preparing for the new year. This innovative calendar helped the Egyptians keep track of the Nile's flooding cycles, essential for agriculture. Their ability to track time so accurately over 5,000 years ago is just one example of how advanced Egyptian society was. A little-known fact is that Egypt was involved in the first recorded peace treaty in history. After years of conflict between the Egyptians and the Hittites, Ramses II signed a peace agreement with the Hittite king Hattusili III in 1259 BCE. This treaty is considered the first known diplomatic agreement, and a copy of it can be seen today at the United Nations headquarters. Advanced medicine in ancient Egypt. The ancient Egyptians were surprisingly advanced in the field of medicine. They practiced early forms of surgery, used honey as an antiseptic, and developed remedies for various ailments. Medical texts like the Ebers Papyrus, written around 1550 BCE, describe treatments for wounds, diseases, and even mental disorders. They also understood the importance of hygiene, a knowledge that was far ahead of its time. Interestingly, the Egyptians were known to have performed the first known prosthetic surgery, creating toe prosthetics that allowed patients to walk after losing parts of their feet. Cats were considered sacred. It's widely known that ancient Egyptians loved cats, but what's less known is just how sacred they were. Cats were not just pets. They were protectors and seen as symbols of divine power. Killing a cat, even by accident, was punishable by death in ancient Egypt. Cats were linked to the goddess Bastet, and their presence in the home was believed to bring good fortune. When a family's cat died, it wasn't uncommon for the entire household to mourn, and they would sometimes go as far as shaving their eyebrows to mark the occasion. Cats were also frequently mummified and buried alongside their owners in elaborate tombs. Believe it or not, the ancient Egyptians were big fans of board games. One of the most popular was a game called Senet, which dates back more than 5,000 years. The The game was so beloved that it was often buried with the dead to accompany them in the afterlife. Senet wasn't just a game for entertainment, it was believed to have a spiritual dimension, symbolizing the journey of the soul through the underworld. Pharaohs like Tutankhamun were buried with their Senet boards, further highlighting its importance in Egyptian society. Cleopatra is one of the most famous figures in Egyptian history, but did you know that she wasn't ethnically Egyptian? Cleopatra was part of the Ptolemaic dynasty, a Greek family that took control of Egypt after the death of Alexander the Great. Despite this, Cleopatra embraced the Egyptian culture, learning the language and adopting many traditional customs. She was the first in her family to actually speak Egyptian, and her political skill and charisma made her one of the most beloved figures in both Egyptian and world history. The Nile River is often called the lifeblood of Egypt, and for good reason. This 6,650-kilometer-long river has been the heart of Egypt for millennia, providing water, transportation, and fertile soil for agriculture. What many don't know is that the Nile was so important that ancient Egyptians based their entire calendar and economy on its seasonal flooding. The annual flooding, known as the inundation, deposited rich silt on the land, enabling the Egyptians to grow enough food to support one of the most powerful civilizations in the ancient world. Without the Nile, ancient Egypt might never have flourished. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, comment, and like for more videos.